Hello everybody, First Month is here, now with the real review for this Ruike L51 multi-tool knife. I like to say again, there are only two of these in this series. I would say only this 51 or LD 51. There's no more like on the 40 or 30 in this series, because there are combinations of those tools around the knife. Here you got everything. There is no some another tool which is attached to something else. There is actually one series, or at least one. There's the M, so the middle range, which is smaller, shorter. Actually, this is both of these, as I said, are 140 millimeters, which is about 4.5 inches about in the length, closed length. There is the medium series, which is about 10 centimeters, so about 4 inches. There is the model 61, I believe, and there is a file on it. So there is everything like on this one plus the file, but it's shorter. So it should be probably should be thicker, but shorter. For someone, it could be a deal. Okay, let's go to this one. So L51. The difference is, please, if you want to see some review about the tools which are normally attached, this is the LD42, as I said. So I got the pliers, sorry, I got the scissors here, the reamer and saw bag, and this, sorry, saw. And here, so I'm going to talk about only tools which are here, plus then on here. So if you want to see all the tools, please check the review about this my knife. I got only one, actually two reviews, one at home like this one and one in use. So because I don't want to do it twice. Everything is same, only, as I said. So okay, I will do it this way. We got here those pliers, and we got here the Phillips screwdriver. By the way, the weight, as I said in that comparison video, is 240 grams, which is about 242 actually, or 8.6 ounces for this one. This is 200 grams. So again, see this 40 series and the 50 series. So length is the same, the thickness significantly thicker, of course. This is about 1 inch, 2.2.5. Sorry, no. This is 21 millimeters, so 2 centimeters and 1 millimeter and something. So 21.5 or something like that, without the clip. This is almost 1 inch. 2.5 centimeters plus the clip, but the clip is outside of the pocket. So to measure the thickness of the knife like this one, okay, when you got this one, when you grab it and when you use the tool, okay. But to be honest, I didn't find this one, even if this one, as I said in the comparison video, I didn't find this one too, how to say that, too weird or difficult in use, difficult to handle it. The knife in general, as I said, is a bit less comfortable due to the thickness than the 40 series, because simply it's thinner. So it's about 2 centimeters in hand. So it's many knives got thickness around this, not so many is like this one. But if the clip adds something more worse than this one, not really. So I even don't feel that. And so there are tools which can be used in this way. Yeah, okay. I found something. But it's same. When we use because the many or most of the main tools are open in this way. So we got a knife here. We got a saw here, we got a scissors here, we got the scissors here, and we got the pliers here. So for the gripping, where all these tools will be here, it's fine. when we turn it upside down, and we're gonna use those other tools like this seatbelt cutter, let's say, the reamer. I don't want to cut myself. Okay, I will do it I will open it and as a last tool. So the Phillips screwdriver, the reamer, come on, the reamer here. Oh, this nice spring. This is actually, again, this is nicely sharp. So when you open it, you have to be careful. Now it's there, and of course, as I said, we got a seatbelt cutter. So if we use these three tools, there are not something else. Only there's an eye for lashing. We can lash it and attach it to our pockets or something like this one. I don't know if I see it on this one actually. Yes, it is here. It is here too. So okay. So when we use these, we have to grip it in this way, and the thickness or the clip isn't that problem, but it is same on here as I feel it. The problem is this one. So this is not really comfortable to hold it, especially, you know, because see, this one goes over our profile here, and these steel, I'll say that. It's like wine opener. I would say wine opener. You know these corks openers. But what I want to say, that these steel material bites into the thumb, and if I really squeeze it, you might see it here. You might see it here. I don't want to squeeze it for a long time. On the other hand, it's you probably don't gonna do it. And as I said, I feel the same here. It's a little bit better, but not that much. Not that much. I feel that. Still, I got it digging into my thumb. So when we use the screwdriver, actually the Phillips, I actually did it, and I didn't have any problems. I will do it now. I'll show you now, because you hold it in this way, so you don't maybe even don't touch this one. So we do it in this way. If we do use the reamer, it seems to be the same. So the problem will be only, or possibly only, when we use the seatbelt cutter. Sorry, I will close it. I hope close it safely. Well, so if we use the seatbelt cutter, which is angled like on all these models. So for the pull cutters, by the way, there is the another flat screwdriver, same as on this one. Everything's here. So again, when we grab it here, so if we do it in this way, we pull, we cut, we're gonna cut with this pull, then this is fine, because this one sits here, and the pressure is spread to this, let's say, part of palm. So it's absolutely all right. If we're gonna do it in this way, then I feel that on the thumb, as I said, but I can't really see many situations where I will do these movements many times. If I do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whole car, even grab the whole car, let's say I need to take someone out of the seat belts in the, let's say, crashed car, then I will do it. But probably I will do it in this way, because it seems to me more safe. Go over and do this movement. So it seems to me better. So only where this one could happen, as I can see it, is when this on this position. So when you grab this one, on the other tool, we're gonna grab it in this way, because there is no lock on all these three tools: the reamer, Phillips screwdriver, and the seatbelt cutter. There is no lock. So we have to keep it in, especially those two, the Phillips screwdriver and the reamer, in that straight position. When I draw the bolts, you say that, I'll show you a bit later. When I drove it into the board here, then once time happened, then the Phillips screwdriver a little bit locked. collapsed, let's say collapsed in the position like this one, but it was my fault, my fault, yes, because I didn't keep the angle properly, so that was my fault. So, but we have to be careful, so there is no lock on it, so we have to keep it in this way. That's why to hold it in this and do these, let's say, screwing moves or something like this one, it's fine, so there is no any problem with this one. Okay, so as I said, 242 grams, 8.6 ounces. This is 25 millimeters, so almost 1 inch without the clip. With the clip, it is close to 3 centimeters, very close to 3 centimeters. So let's say 1.2, 1.19 of an inch. But as I said, this is out of the pocket, so I don't know why to measure this one. Otherwise, only if we put this or hold the knife into our pocket, then of course. But why to keep it there? I can unscrew it and then it will be not here if I don't want to use it. I can't see a reason why to have it there if I will lash it and put it into my pocket like a whole knife. Now, how this one sits in the pocket, I got these Helicon Urban Tactical pants as I normally do. And so this is the 40 series. So when I got this one here, sorry. Well, it's not something I want to have it. It's not something I want to have it there, but it's all right because I kept it there a couple of times. But there is the back pocket here, which this one is fine. So I showed it outside one time. So if I got the knife here, it's absolutely fine. If I do this one the same with this 50 series. And this one is probably thinner than without the LD51, where is the liner lock. So it should be because it's heavier. As I know from the other review, it has 260 grams heavier. It must be somewhere, and there is the liner lock, so it must be, in my eyes, a little bit thicker. So it will be even worse. So to carry it here. This is not really. This is I believe too much even for me. But I got it about 2 weeks. I carry it in this back pocket, and I'm absolutely fine. It is there. Yeah, it's a bit more bulky, but if you got something like this, you got a t-shirt, then you're absolutely fine with that. So that's how to carry this one. Does it feel heavy? It's heavier than this one, of course, 40 grams, but compared between these two, 40 grams is not really much. The bulkiness, so I say it in this way, bulkiness on the pocket should be probably the more thing, something which we will think more about. Now let's go to the tools. I would start with these. Okay, I would start with the Phillips screwdriver. I got the okay, I did it, this one. I don't want to do it here, but I did it in my workshop. These, as you see, bolts, I believe. I drove there. This is, by the way, spruce wood board. So I didn't pre-drill it. So all these three are they driven there by me, of course, by this Phillips screwdriver. Was it hard? Not really. As I said, once this one collapsed when I pressed it down. But as you might see, this is serious piece of bolt now. This is something you can hang something on. This is maybe 5 millimeters. So this is really something you can count with it. This is not really much, and this is something like standard use for if you want to stick some boards. If we add these two, something like it will be absolutely fine. This is something really nice. What's important, why I did it, have a look on the size of those, let's say, crosses, and all of them I could accommodate with the Phillips screwdriver here. Only the biggest one here was like, I said, okay, I can really do it with some kind of flat screwdriver, but the problem is that there is a point, or kind of point, it's rounded, okay, where on the flat screwdriver it will be not. But if that will be, if there will be no the crossway, let's say if we look on this one, if there will be not this part, what you see here in the front, and of course this the back one here, but the shape, those sides will be the same, so it will be flatted. It will work the same for this big one, the biggest. These two are driven then there nicely with the, so it's sat there properly. So I'll do, as I said, I didn't use anything, I didn't pre-drill it, I didn't use anything. It wasn't really hard, just, you know, the initial bite, I would say. So when we start to keep the angle, then everything was all right. See that it's, so this is it, about 3 centimeters or 1 inch and something in length. The first one here, which is, this is probably the size, this one is probably the size perfect for this screwdriver, because you feel how the screwdriver sinks into the hole, into the cross. Well, it's different, right? This is about 40 millimeters and thicker. Now this one, okay, you might see, maybe this one moves there, but I have to press it a little bit there. This is a little bit too much, but you can do it. See those holes there? As I said, I didn't pre-drill it. It was just like that, driven to the wood. So we can do it. We can do it with this, with the Phillips. There is nothing much I could say about the Phillips, because it works. By the way, I tried it. Oh, something I want to tell you. That's why I keep it here. This one. I had some. Okay, this is Lion Steel M5. One of the favorite, one from the most favorite knives. Why I got it here? 240 grams. 242 grams. So these two knives are almost identical in the weight, but for some users, let's say if somebody wants to say, okay, the fixed blade is fixed blade, yes, of course, but this is multi-tool, so we've got lots of options how to use this one, and of course this is more pocket friendly, and you need of course to have the sheath for it, so it weighs something. Then this one is just but it's fixed blade, so I would say that's why I got it only here. Of course, when you buy it in for a good price, you can have 2.5 of these. When you can buy it for bad price, for really expensive, three of these. So that's why I keep it here. And what I want to say, that's why what came into my mind. You see those attaching these kind of tech locks are driven there or holds there with these by these two Phillipses. And what's important, you can tie it up, which I can. Oh, that was that loose. And here, oh, this one was even more loose. Now it's better. Yeah. So another way where to use it, if you got a fixed blade which is attached by some of these, because as I remember, all of them are made for Phillips screwdrivers. I can't remember where there is none for that. I don't have probably any of that. So you got this one, you got fixed blade, you know, something gonna lose, we know it, you can use this one for that. Okay, so that was enough about the Phillips screwdriver. Now those pliers. As we can see, these are spring loaded, and what I was kind of, I say, afraid of, I would say, or something like that, that it moves to the side when I squeeze it, when I press it. It's something unusual for me. I don't have any other which does the same, but it works. Okay, I got the I nailed the some kind of nail. See that, some not really big one, but these are not, of course, big pliers. For that, I went there I hammered this nail into it. As you might see, I tried before, because I'd like to see what's gonna happen, because I don't know it. These are, you know, these are pliers. Okay, I'll put it in this way. So I'll try to keep it, to take it off. This one wasn't, again, it wasn't pre-drilled, it wasn't there in the hole before, so it's driven there by the, you can see anyway where it shines, about that deep it was. It was kind of easy. What I want to say, these pliers are enough if the, let's say, if that will be in this length, completely in the wood, and somehow we managed to head goes off the wood, then we very probably could use these pliers to pull that kind of nails out of the board. Of course, same like with these bolts. The problem is, if that will be really hardwood, some oak or something like, especially dried, I don't think I can use it. I can drive those bolts, or maybe even to pull out the nail out of that, because that's too hard. There will be too much tension for it. Very probably. I don't want to try it, but to be honest, and that's the point, what I want to say, I got these pliers more for, you know, you want to pull something out of the something, which is sounds weird, but you know that you can have small hole and something is that, and you want to take it off, pull it off, so you can grab it, because you can't put your finger into it. You can grab it and pull it off. Of course, even if there was something really small, you know, sometimes I don't know how to say that, some pieces of wood stuffed into my skin, so I can use this one, these pliers, push there, press it and take it off. I did many times with my Leatherman and these, so that's fine for it. Another way where to use these are, you know, 2 tight knots. I'm going outside many times, I like it, so sometimes you have to, okay, you cut the rope or lashing, or you can try to make the knot loose with your fingers, which we know is sometimes very hard, even impossible. With this could be very, very helpful for it. So this is my reason why I want this one, and I don't want to compare them. This is my Leatherman TTI with these, because I'm not an idiot. I know these, the power of these and these is different story. But for those tasks, as I said, or even these little things which you might or we might do, seems to be absolutely fine. Okay, this is wire, not that tough, but if you want to, let's say, if I want to do it and I want to turn it up like this one, to be honest, I can do that, but I don't want to do it many times, because it's not that soft. With those pliers, absolutely easy. there is a way how to cut. There is you see these I would say jaws, which can be used. Sorry, somewhere here. Okay, so you can even this wire, and as I said, this is kind of harder. It's not of course it's not hardened, but it's not that soft. This is not soft material. This is kind of iron wire or something. If we're gonna use it for copper wire or maybe aluminum, you know, when we do some electricity things, so it will be absolutely all right, easy for this, even maybe with a thicker one. But these, as I said, these jaws are 2 millimeters, somewhere like that. So I guess the limit is about 1.5 millimeter for the wire, no more. I think so. But as I said, the nice even for this is we can do something like this one, so we can change the angle, or we can make it straight. We can make it straight here, or we got this, I don't know how we call it, this one. So we might lock it there, and then of course we might do something like this one, and then again we can make it more straight, I would say. We'll try this one. There is a little wave here. See that? A little wave. Let's try it a little bit narrow, more narrow. If I could do that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's a bit more narrow than it was, definitely. Not a straight, but it's all right. This wire is really, you know, when you got it in hand, it looks soft, but of course it's soft when you use the power. Then, but you know, I had many much softer wires in my hand, even harder. So next thing is this one. This is of course screw, female screw, and male. As we might see, you know, I can do this one. So you will see. So it's loose, so I'm gonna tie it up with my hand. It's not comfortable, and of course I can lose it with my hand. But this is, by the way, almost 1 centimeter, so I was surprised for me. I forget that. So I don't think it's like that. Now I tie it up a little bit. Oh, no way. I can't lose it up now with my fingers. So that will be something like this one. It's, as I said 9.7 millimeters. So 0.4, about 0.4 of an inch thickness. So this is, I believe, about 8 millimeters will be all right, like maximum. But as we might see, it works in that way. So it's loose, but I'll try something else. I'll try to tie it up with this Leatherman. I know I should have better tool here for it, but I don't. Maybe some. Now, okay, it seems to be, I did a little bit harder than I want. So now it's tied up with those pliers, and that's different level. Now I'll try to, yeah, probably, yeah. Oh, I was surprised. I was a little bit worried that I tied it up a little bit more. So I tied it up. Of course, I could do it a little bit more. I feel that, but for these, you know, the size of here, it's absolutely fine. So I can lose that kind of, this is almost 6 millimeters. So this is serious screw again. So 6 millimeters, that's enough for many things we do. So we can lose these. Of course, there will be rust and all these. It's out of that. But as we can see, it works. So those are the added tools. Now, just only one thing. This is the knife, as I said, different than for that one. We got the one hand opening. I changed the grind, but the grind was different anyway because the way of the grinding. So if I go this, oh sorry, you can see that, sorry. It's soft. Yeah, this is still original edge. Wow, this is something. Yeah. Yeah, this is better because the way this is full flat, and of course it slices a little bit better, or cut a little bit better. There are only two knives. I don't want to change grind. Otherwise, I'll do let's say on all my knives, as I remember, not on Victorinox Pharma X, or not only that, because that's a really thin blade. But on the other knives, exclude the Spyderco Manix. Only on this knife and that Spyderco, I won't change the grind because it's such slicey. It's really nice slicer with the thinnest behind the edge. So I won't change it here. I will keep this one here, which is really unusual for me. But this is one for the touch. You feel that it's very sharp, and it's really relatively thin, so it's nice, good slicer, same as on the Spyderco. So I won't change it. I will keep it there only on these two knives in my whole collection. I'm keeping this one here, and I won't change it. Here it was different story. Here I felt it immediately. Say, okay, I won't change it a little bit. So this is fine. This is fine. This is absolutely right for it. By the way, this is it. When we locked it, we got this position and then lock. Here, of course, that's different story. I use this normal standard way, like on standard normal folder. See that? Pretty safe. It will cut me if I'll keep my finger there, of course. But as I said, the angle and the way when it starts to spring down is that short, then it won't bite in. Even I don't want to try it, of course. Okay, that's it. I believe I said everything. So Ruike L51 without the locking mechanism and without the thermostat, so two hands opening. But I am really glad. It's unfortunately this is not traveling friendly, I would say, like the Pharma X. Let's say there is no locking mechanism on the blade, which is great for some countries, but this blade is of course too long for those. What I was saying, by the way, I got this TTI. Just check. This is the old one, so this is the S30V blade. Now they make it with 154 cm. Just this is what I said. I'm gonna do a video about this one. These are pliers with the tools around, like the knife, for example. And this is a knife made with tool around. For me, it's very important in kind of philosophy, but we'll talk about it a bit later. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Bye.